Arun Singhal. Mr. Arun Singhal is a seasoned professional with over 40 years of management experience in global companies like Unilever, Johnson& and Johnson, and Denon. He has a deep understanding of strategy, execution, and leadership, and his extensive industry experience makes him uniquely equipped to guide us on demystifying consulting, building a successful career path. It will be an interactive session, so everyone is requested to raise their doubts in the comment section. Over to you, sir.
Right. So I'm not very familiar with uh, Teams. Now, how do I find where to share the presentation? Exit, spotlight, chat, people, raise, react, view, more. How do I share my presentation?
On the top right corner, you can see the share option.
In the right side of mic option.
There's no option. Only meeting organizers and presentation cashier. You need to enable that.
Like we will give you the permission.
Yeah,
So just wait for a minute. I'll change the settings.
sure. Yeah, okay. Got that tab coming in share. Right, so shall I begin now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Window. Second. Okay. I don't know. This is a bit. What am I sharing? 1 second. Stop sharing. Share a window. Right. Okay, so can you see the first slide saying kickoff session for Winter Consulting 2024?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So, hi, good evening, everyone. I'm happy to see that there are many of you, and I can see only earlier I saw 200 plus people. Now I see a count of 10, so I'm slightly worried. So this must be, I don't know why, but I'm not very familiar with Teams. Right, so good. So I'm here to share with you. So what we're going to do today is to basically this session is to help you equip with the skills and resources that is necessary to successfully transition into careers in management consulting and data analytics. You can see the slide. Let me check that. Are you able to see the slide?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good.
Yes, sir.
Right. And so in this session, we'll cover two things basically. One is how to crack careers in consulting. And I believe for some of your students, you already have interviews happening. So how do you crack a career in consulting, starting with an interview? And there are two things that we will talk about. First, what are the careers in consulting for engineering graduates like you? And then how to crack a career in consulting, right? And then I was told also to talk about my leadership role experiences, if as a filler, actually. I think it should be more as a filler, in which I'll talk about what are the leadership roles I've played and what are the lessons I have learned that could be useful for you, right? So what else would you like to learn? What else would you like to learn other than what I have listed here? Any inputs here? I'll wait for a couple of minutes to hear from you. Silence could mean none of you are there. Either
Attendees can speak now.
Sir, actually, the attendants can't speak.
Okay. So can they speak now? So attendees cannot speak, right?
Yeah.
So how do we interact is the question. So they will send me a chat
Sir,
question. So can they
sir,
send on chat?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Afternoon, sir. Thanks for having this session. So apart from this, I would request you if you could put more light on product management domain as well, if time permits.
Product management domain. How to crack a career in product management, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anything else?
Hi, sir.
Yeah.
Answer this side. So
Right.
I would like to also know what are the skills will be mostly like essential to crack in consultant, like maybe it will be anything which are required, like technical skills or the analytical skill or problem solving skills, which are most essential to do well in the consultant. So if you throw some light on them, that will be great.
Okay, good. So we will stop here for the time being, and we can come back to any of the questions that you have later on in the question answer session also. Right. So let's start by talking about how to crack the career uh, in consulting, right? So let's start by discussing what are the careers in consulting for engineering graduates? What are the kind of careers do you think are there for in consulting field?
Data analytics developments and
Data analytics,
then development like web development and application development for clients. Those are
a-
regularly required.
application development, right? What else? Anything else? Anything, any other kind of careers you think are there for engineering graduates in consulting?
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Business
business analyst.
analyst.
Business analyst, right? Good. Business analyst is a good addition. Anything else?
And apart from that, there is
Client
another
management,
Client management.
Sir,
Risk Sorry?
associates. Associates.
What associates?
Engineering associates are there.
Engineering. Okay, that's a good list to start. Let's take a look at what are the careers. In fact, there are many more careers that you can make as an engineering graduate. So basically, one of you were talking, what are the kind of skills? So the key thing that you see here is you as an engineering graduate must have analytical and problem solving skills, which you can leverage to crack your consulting field. So key, most important consult. See, why does a client go to a consultant? Basically to solve a business problem, right? So the key thing that you need to understand, and why would a consulting company hire you to solve those client problems? So you must be good in problem solving skills, analyzing the situation. They're two different things. Analyzing the situation, figuring out what is the problem, and actually solving the problem in such a manner that the problem gets sorted out forever, honestly. And this is something many of you, actually, probably none of you have paid attention to. So if you are starting you have time to learn, I think what I would suggest is to do these kind of courses where you can learn about how to analyze the situation, and after analyzing the situation, how to solve the problem. So you can come back to me for any help needed anytime to figure out what are the right courses. Because over last 3 years, I have been able to put 47 of my knowledge areas into Udemy courses over last 3 years, and some of them are into analytical and problem solving and consulting. So I should be able to help you. Now, the kind of careers it starts in consulting starts with management consulting. Now, let's start with management consulting, even for engineering graduates. And the primary role there is to solve business challenges, the problems that the client faces, improve the performance of the organization, and advise on strategy, operations, and management. Now, this may be a bit stretch for the engineering graduates, but some of you probably out of the interest or based on your curriculum can do that. Now, what are the skills and knowledge needed in this? You need basically analytical skills, right? There was a question on what skills are required for consultancy. So analytical skills and problem solving. As I was saying, analytical is not same as problem solving. Analysis means given a big piece of issue, how do you break it down into parts which you can manage easily? You can figure out what to do, and then you solve problem by finding the root cause. The key thing in problem solving, there are two ways to solve a problem. One is you fix the problem, a temporary solution, and that makes the problem come back away. Now, the consulting firm is not looking for people who do that. They're looking for a solution that is lasting. So problem solving, then communication, because you'll be dealing with clients. You need to communicate, understand their requirements, communicate your point of view, and finally, you need to understand the businesses, understanding the business operation. And the kind of firms, if you can understand this role and develop the skills, you can target are like McKinsey, of course, BCG, Bain and Company, Deloitte, PwC, KPMG, and EY. But this is a tough area to crack, and you will have to work double the level because the MBA school students are also targeting this. So management consulting is one area. Another area is IT and technology consulting, which is probably you would have much greater chance of success in this area. Now, what are the role in this? Basically, you will be advising the businesses on technology adoption, what technology to adopt, how to transform the business digitally, and how to integrate the various IT systems or technology systems that they have. So that's the kind of a key role in this. Then the skills needed are knowledge of programming, which is what you would have, system architecture, cloud computing, and cybersecurity. And the kind of firms to target are like Accenture, Capgemini, IBM, Infosys Consulting, TCS, Wipro, Cognizant, the tech companies, right? Then there are roles in finance and investing consulting. There, your role is to advise on financial strategies, risk management, and investments. The skills needed are knowledge of finance, data analysis that I hear some of you are doing financial modeling, etc. And there you can firms to target with Deloitte, EY, PwC, KPMG, Goldman Sachs for financial advisory roles. So that's the kind of roles, careers you can make in financial and investment consultancy. Then there are operations consultancy, in which your basic role is to optimize the processes, supply chain management, and operational efficiency. And I think this also suits engineers a lot more than let's say the management consultancy. Here you need skills, you need to know process engineering knowledge, how then the process excellence methodologies like lean methodologies, Six Sigma, etc. And here you can target companies like Deloitte, BCG, Bain and Company, and firms with a focus on manufacturing and operations. Any very large firm also employs internal team that can figure out how to make their operations excellent. So they have internal process excellence teams. So those could be one area to get into in addition to the operation consulting teams. Then there are environmental and sustainability consulting, right? And here the role is to help the clients achieve sustainability goals, right? Minimizing carbon emissions, etc., and compliant with environmental regulations. And the skills you need is knowledge of environmental engineering, sustainability frameworks, and regulatory requirements. The companies that you can target here is Environment Resource Management, ERM, Tetra Tech, and local sustainability consulting firms. So these are the kind of careers that you can make in environmental and sustainability consulting. Then there is also energy consulting, a new area, especially with a lot of automobiles going on green. So there your role is on energy efficiency, renewable energy adoption, and energy system. And here again, engineers probably will have an edge over the management students. And the skills you need here is manage energy systems knowledge, renewable energy technologies, and policy insights. And the firms that you can target is like Siemens, Schneider, Tata Consulting Engineers, energy-focused consulting startups. And there are many more coming up in this area. Energy consulting is a very promising area. Then there is data analytics, a business intelligence consultancy, in which you use the role is to use data to provide insights for business decisions. And the skills needed are core data analysis, programming, Python and R, data visualization through Power BI and Tableau. And the firms to target are the core, let's say, the data analytics companies like Mu Sigma, Fractal Analytics, ZS Associates, and analytics focused consulting companies. And these are growing in numbers and operation size, right? Then there is strategy consulting, in which you basically advise operations organizations for long-term strategies to improve competitiveness and growth. And here you need the skills of strategic thinking, industry-specific knowledge, and financial analysis. And the company, again, the firms to target are McKinsey, BCG, Bain, Tata Strategic Management Group, etc. Then also coming to sectors, there is a growing consulting need in the healthcare and pharmaceutical sector, right? And their role is to provide insights on healthcare strategies, market access, and product development. Skills needed are knowledge of the healthcare and pharma industry, data analysis, and the regulatory framework in the healthcare industry because that has a lot of regulations. And the firms to target are like IQ, VIH, ZS Associates, Deloitte, and EY. Then you can also get into people in HR consulting. There the role would be as it to advise on talent management, organizational designs, workforce strategies. Skills needed are knowledge of HR practices, change management, employee engagement tools, and companies to get into are like Mercer, Aon, Willis Towers, and Watson. So these are some of the roles that you have. Any questions here on the type of careers that you have?
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening. Hi.
Hi, sir. Sir, is it possible for a computer science engineer who is pursuing computer science engineer to get into healthcare or pharmaceutical consulting?
Computer science engineering, healthcare consulting should be possible. While you will have competition from people who are pharma, but your advantage there would be the data analytics and programming skills that you would acquire. So if we go back to, let's say, the healthcare and pharma, what they need is insights on healthcare strategy and their knowledge. You would have to have the healthcare pharma industry knowledge, but your advantage will be data analytics. So if you gain the domain expertise on healthcare and pharma industry, you would have a plus over other players who would not have idea of data analysis. You would be able to use Python R, data analytics techniques, data visualization, and that should make you a possible candidate. Have I answered your question?
Yes, sir. The second thing is that there's a domain nowadays we are hearing about. I'm a fresher, so I don't have much idea about bioinformatics that specializes data analysis in the field of healthcare or bioanalysis. So,
Bioinformatics.
in a way, yeah. So, are we talking about that?
See, I was not talking about bioinformatics. In fact, it could be a growing area because anything with bio and information, both are like the leading edge technologies, right? So anything on bio side where you basically get into understanding deeper the structure of the living systems and use that information to drive insights and make decisions. So that would be a promising area. But again, mind you, see, any area that you want to choose, you must show that that is wide enough. It should be too small and niche. A bioinformatics could be one very small niche, and there your challenge will be to find the companies. So it would be a very niche area, a small area, and the challenge would be to find the companies who are willing to hire you. Any other question anyone has?
Good evening, sir.
No, sir, my question is answered. Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Good evening, sir.
Sir, is
yeah.
there a difference between management and business consulting? Could you please explain?
Okay. That's a good question again. Management and business consulting. Management is, very widely. You can do management in a business and a non-business organization also, like educational institution, right? IIT Guwahati or IIT Gandhinagar. These are not business institutions per se. These are more educational institutions, and you would need management there. So management consulting is a much broader area in which any kind of organization that requires to achieve its goals, wants to develop strategies, execute them well to achieve their goals, that is management consultancy. Business consultancy may be a part of that, specifically to business environments, business organization, where again, you could look at how to manage your business, what are the new businesses you want to get into, how to manage the businesses best possible way. So that will focus more on the businesses as such. Have I answered your question? I don't know your name.
Yes, sir. Just Sir Akshita this side. So just
Right,
one more
Akshay.
question related to
Yeah,
this. Sir,
yeah.
between business consulting and business analyst, like what's the upper edge, or like if you could explain which one does what?
Good, very good question. Business consulting and business analytics. This is extremely good question because they are very different. Business consulting is primarily strategic in nature. There you answer the question for a business, what should we be doing in next 3 to 5 years? How should we be doing? And typically you would be dealing with the board of directors or functional heads. So it decides the direction of the business, the key business plans, business strategies, what to achieve, how to achieve, what products to launch and keep, what markets to go into, how to market, how to sell, how to produce. So these are the very broad questions there. Now, business analytics on the other side is very specific, very operational. It says you have a business. Now, what I want to understand in that business is where can I improve the process? Business analytics, right? Again, that's confusing. There is two terms, business analysis and business analytics, and they are two different things altogether. Now, business analytics is about using data analytics to improve your business operations. So typically in business analytics, you will gather a lot of big data, you will draw insights, and based on the insights, you say, hey, we could do this better in the business. It is operational. You improve processes, results, key result areas by drawing the insights from the data. Now, business analysis is again very different. Related word, similar word. Business analysis is about improving the processes using technology to deliver your strategic goals. So sitting at the top is business consultancy that decides the direction of the business. Then comes improving the processes using technology, using business analytics. And then there is business analysis, and business analytics is using data to draw insights and improve operations. Have I answered your questions, Akshita?
Yes, sir. Just one last sub part of this. So, if someone wants to gain a broader exposure and experience of all this, can they target management consulting, which would give them a experience of business consulting and all those sub roles as well? Or
No.
should they only target business consulting per se?
See, business consulting requires you to understand business or management consulting requires you to understand the business management. So ideally, if I were in an organization, I would look for MBA students or people who have done equivalent to MBA, right? So that is very, very important requirement because you would need to understand concepts like ENSOF, Michael Porter's model, business strategy, variety of concepts, marketing, how to formulate differentiation strategies, how to develop the low cost strategies. And these are typically the MBA subjects. On the other side, business analytics is all about data analytics. It doesn't require you to know business management. It requires you to know about data analytics, data visualization, prescriptive, descriptive, uh, and predictive business model, data analytical modeling. So those are two very different. Are you getting that, Akshita?
Yes, sir, I got it. Actually, my question was if suppose MBA student had to choose between business and management consulting, and they have
Hmm.
more interest towards the business, but they're confused, what's the difference? Like, do management students get an upper edge in terms of they are getting the exposure of business consulting as well? So is it a better field to target between the
For
two
whom?
consulting?
For engineering students or
For
non?
MBA students.
For MBA students, see, there's only a domain difference between management consultancy and business consultancy. There's no huge difference. Management consultancy is more wider. It includes topics like systems thinking, right? It includes topics like game theory, which are more policy related. See, if you look at the organizations, there are business and non-business. In non-business, government is a big part. Government operations, policies, non-business NGOs. No, they need to formulate long-term policies, 5 to 10 to 15 to 20 years that will make impact on society. And this is non-business. Now that requires you to understand these concepts like game theory and systems thinking. There, the regular business concept may not be that useful. So management consultancy is a step above business consulting. If you're starting fresh, you would probably be starting with the business consultancy. And over a period of time, as you mature, you would get groomed and honed, your skills honed to get into systems consultancy or management consultancy.
Yes, sir, got it. Thank you.
Right. Any other question before we talk about key steps to enter
Yes, sir. I
consultancy?
have
Yes,
one.
sir. Sorry to
Okay,
interrupt,
Yes,
good.
sir.
sir.
I'm
Hello.
happy to hear so many of you
Yeah.
eagerly asking questions.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Good afternoon, sir.
Sorry
Yeah,
to
good
interrupt.
afternoon.
We can take the
My
questions at last, sir.
नहीं
We
चलेगा
can
अभी लो,
take it.
not to worry.
Okay, sir.
okay. Yeah, so good afternoon, sir. Myself Palgun Nanda. I hope I'm audible.
Yeah.
Yes, my question was, is there any position known as marketing consulting as well, specifically related to, give advice and strategies to those FMCG companies or any advertising related agencies? And if yes, what are the companies we can target on for those specific roles?
Yeah, marketing consultancies conceptually exist, but what happens is the demand for marketing consultancies with consulting firms are very low because every good marketing organization has an able leadership in marketing. They have marketing directors, they have marketing managers, and they have product management team. So, and if they don't perform, they are fired. Whereas kind of consultancy on operations, IT, etc., is not that developed within the organization. So conceptually, yes, but the number of assignments that come in marketing consultancies are very limited. They only happen, the marketing consultancy roles will happen. Like we did some work for Cello in India many years back, almost 10, 12 years back, when BIC in USA wanted to enter India into a particular shavers category. Now they have no idea of Indian shaver markets and Cello had no idea of the shaver markets. So once you don't have the knowledge of the domain, then you hire a consultant. So marketing consultancy typically gets into new businesses. What new business should we get into? Mergers and acquisitions. So that is the kind of things that come in marketing. But it is again, it's an area that is very high profile, but it is there.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Other questions?
Sir, I wanted to
Hello.
ask
Yes,
that for someone as a non-engineering student, and I am particularly studying economics right now
Uh,
in my undergrad. So,
uh,
what career opportunities could I explore in this key domain?
okay. So economics, you ideally, obviously you're non-engineering. So, and again, depends on with economics, what have you done? Now, economics gives you good area to get into probably management consultancy. But again, you need to understand and fill the gaps because economics talks about it takes you more towards macro systems, right? Macroeconomics, microeconomics, demand, supply, how to manage the economy. So these are the topics that are talked about. And that goes more towards management consultancy. You know, what kind of policy should the government of India have over next 10 years? Should the World Bank policies? So policy formulation is one area which ties to management consulting. So economics is a good place to start. But obviously what you need to do is to get into such kind of a things. You need to then look for a JD, find a JD for a management consultant's role, figure out what skills and knowledge they need, fill out what are what are the gaps and fill the gaps over a period of time.
Right. Thank you so much.
Hello,
Right.
sir.
Yeah.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon. I am Trisha. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Yes, sir. Sir, actually, I do have a doubt. Like, I am quite interested in marketing, and right now I'm in the first year of MBA, but I am quite inclined toward consulting also. And for basically, for which type of course the consulting will suit me more when I'm quite interested in marketing?
I think you should focus on business consultancy primarily.
Okay.
Because business consulting will talk about how to build businesses, what businesses
Yes.
you need to get into, and that is a marketing area. Management
Yes, sir.
consulting is still very far away. That is more higher level, and you won't be taught those things. I mean, none of the MBA students are really taught anything about management consultancy.
Yes,
They
sir.
are more taught about business consulting. Like, have you heard of anyone being taught game theory, systems thinking? No. Whereas in business consultancy, you will be teaching about what is the corporate strategy, what is the business strategy, how do you formulate one, how do you formulate marketing strategies. So it will make you suitable, you will be more suitable to get into business consultancy.
So yeah, thank you for clearing my doubt. I just do want a follow-up question. As being a fresher, actually I heard from the senior when you are the fresher, consulting will not be a, you know what, you will get a rule after some year for the consulting. So as being a
Mm.
fresher, really it's not possible to get a good job role in the consulting field.
Not really. Not really. It depends on how well do you prepare.
Okay.
If you are preparing well,
Mm.
then I don't see any reason why you could be because I have seen students at IIM Udaipur, freshers, getting selected by Goldman Sachs. So what
Okay.
consulting firms also have a very structured career. So they won't put you into client-facing roles right in the first year. They will assign you to a team and a client-facing manager who will make you do all the, let's say, use the word dirty work in the first few years. Data collection, research, drawing insights about business, making presentations.
Yes,
And once you do 2, 3 years of this rigor, this grill, and you start proving that you can talk to the clients, they will start giving you opportunities there.
So sorry, just one last question. For the business consultancy role, which companies are basically, what a good company for the business consulting role?
I had shown, let me show that again.
Yeah, yeah,
Let
that
me show
was
that
there in
again.
one slide.
There was one slide on business consultancy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, strategy consultancy. So their business consulting again comes to energy, operation, financial, IT. It'll tie to these companies only: BCG, Bain, Deloitte, PwC, KPMG, EY. You see them there?
Okay. Yes, sir. I
Okay.
see it.
Because management includes business consultancy. So these firms are the one who handle business consultancy.
So, like in a nutshell, it is a subset of the management consultancy,
It
right?
is a subset of the management
Yeah.
consulting. You got that very clearly.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. My doubt got crystal clear.
Welcome. Any other
Hello, Arun
question?
sir.
Yeah.
Hello,
Good
Arun sir.
afternoon.
I'm again.
Excuse me.
Is
Sir, I have a
Mahi?
question related to ESG and sustainable finance.
Huh. What
So
is the
I want to
question?
know, yeah, so I want to know that in recent year, I think 2021, afterwards, there was a regulation of SEBI and companies has to do BSR, SR reporting and all of those stuff. So is there any good opportunity coming in India toward these consultancies as in the foreign countries?
See, ESG and sustainability is the future area. The whole planet is talking about being sustainable in anything that you do. And environment ESG, if you look at ESG sector in terms of stocks and finances, that is the future area. So obviously there is a great future there.
Okay, sir. No, so I was struggling in such a way, like my past experience was in Australia as a researcher. Uh,
Hmm.
I'm a recent graduate from this IIT Guwahati only, and
Hmm.
I'm back in India, and I was thinking to apply in companies in toward this domain. So how should I proceed?
Okay, so that's the next. So wait for the how to get into these companies. I will talk about that. So next set of slides is coming
Okay,
up where we'll talk about how to get crack those areas.
okay. Thanks, sir.
Any
Sir, I
other
have a
question about the type of consultancies that you have?
Hello, sir. I am from the biotechnology background. I was
Hmm.
wondering which could be the beneficial roles for me. I was insecure about the health secure market, health analytics, and the business analytics market.
So you are from bio what? Tell me again, please.
Technology,
Biotech,
biotechnology.
biotechnology. So obviously you are in this healthcare sector, one, right? Healthcare,
Yes, sir.
pharmaceutical, biotechnology sector, and there is a significant scope specifically now with so much of AI being done there, because healthcare is complex. Pharmaceutical and healthcare are complex operation. They have they have a lot of small client facings, and then they need to use technology. And wherever there's a need of technology in large numbers, artificial intelligence would be of great help. And if you want to do artificial intelligence, you have to learn machine learning, you have to do data analytics, data science. So I think this is so coming back to this being in biotechnology, focus on healthcare and pharmaceutical consultancy.
Okay, sir. I
excuse
was unsure with first at the management and the healthcare industry. So which would be beneficial for me?
Healthcare management is too far away, my friend, at this point of time. Healthcare is,
Okay,
working
sir.
with World Bank to help them advise policy formulation.
excuse me, sir.
Okay, sir.
Yeah,
Excuse
Excuse
yeah,
me,
me,
please.
sir.
Thank you.
yes,
Sir, I have a doubt. Like the
sure.
companies, like the consulting companies, like Deloitte and other big four companies, they are using the database decisions or just intuition based.
See, earlier it used to be more intuition. Now it is becoming more data. Uh, but that it is more data. But even earlier, the companies were using what is called facts. Not data, but facts. What is factual? What is the thing that is happening on the ground? Because if you don't connect to ground and do something, it's not going to work, right? So
Hmm.
companies earlier also, I remember in Johnson and Johnson, one of the tenets of principles of management was to do fact-based management. That we should not, intuition is fine, but you need to check your intuition. Is this real, or is it highly intuitive that it doesn't exist? So companies would use both. Intuition has its place, but you need to make sure that your intuition is validated. And how do you do validation? By collecting data. So there's no escape from data. Not even 20 years. I'm now what 41 years. So even 41 years earlier, there was no escape from data. Now there's a lot more data, a lot of micro data. Drawing insights is more difficult. So you have to be database. That's for sure.
All right, sir.
All right, so we'll
No,
take
sir.
last question before I move to the next slide. Last question and then go to the next
Excuse
slide.
me, sir.
Sir,
Last
Actually, I
question.
have
one thing, one thing
so
that I
currently I'm
wanted to
a
ask.
Organizers can
Sir,
determine
I just
one
have a
last
small
question.
question. So I just have a small question. It
oh,
was
so
related
I
to the
also have some
biotechnology
questions.
question.
See, what I suggest is
I was
many
one.
of you have many questions, right? So connect with me on LinkedIn. And there you can ask me questions. If required, you can also schedule a session separately, 5, 10, 15 minutes, whenever my time permits and your time permits. So I should be happy to help you. So don't worry about this session ending. Connect with me on LinkedIn and schedule a session, pose queries. I'll be happy to help you. Not to worry. Okay, so with that, we move on to the next slide, right? Let me go to. So what are the key steps in entering consultancy? Any thoughts on what are the key steps that you need to do? One of the question is, how do I crack a consulting career, right? Any thoughts on what are the
Uh,
key steps in?
to gain, first of all, the insightful skills we need.
Then,
Aiming the what type of consulting career we need.
yeah.
Second,
So,
to do projects and internships and case studies.
right. right? Okay,
Like
good. Let's start with
arrangement
that.
of testimony.
So good. I mean, let me cut you off a little. Sorry for that. So you need to build relevant skills. Relevant is the word. Relevant to what? Relevant to the sector, type of consultancy, and a role. You need to be that specific. But there's so much to build in terms of skills. So you need to focus. That's one key thing. You need to say, okay, this is where I'm going to, and that's what is called your personal strategy for consultancy. Where do I get into? Like we had some good discussions. Like economic student, should I get what kind of, what is the right career for me in consultancy? And we figured out management consultancy is probably better than business consulting or data analytics, right? So you first need to figure out what is the relevant field and then what are the skills required and build those relevant skills. Then your certification's extremely good in this. Once you decide, okay, I need to understand about game theory, go and search for game theory courses on platforms like Udemy, Coursera, do get a certification. Then you need to do networking. You need to build with the people in that community of people where you want to place yourself. You need to network, and then you need to gain experience and finally prepare for the case interviews. So that's a 5-step process. Let me take you through each of these. So how do you build relevant skills? So first, what are the skills to build? Data analytics is one thing that is good to build. You need to learn about the modeling techniques, descriptive, diagnostic, predictive, and prescriptive. So analysis of the data, right? Then the business frameworks. If depending on your role, the industry that you want to, what are the right frameworks? I would expand and say this not only business framework, the management frameworks, the frameworks, the process, the methodologies that you will use to collect data and apply data back. So what are the frameworks? And then specific domain expertise. Like if we were talking about one of the students who are from biotechnology, so you need to then get into understand the healthcare industry that will value biotechnology and get expertise in that area. So these are the three things that you can help you build skills. Then certifications is another good thing to go. You can do project management is one key thing that you can build project management professional certification. Lean Six Sigma is a common thing that you can learn and do certification in. And then again, there are domain specific expertise. So key thing would be to decide what kind of area that you want to get into consulting, decide the role and decide the kind of certifications that you need. Then you need to network. LinkedIn is a great place to, and I have I have lots of courses, so I keep referring to them. There's a course that tells you how to crack an interview, how to get interview calls, to how to prepare CVs, to how to crack and how to crack a consulting interview. So all these courses are there. So LinkedIn is a great place where you can connect with people of the choice that you're making, of that industry,
10,
of those companies that we have listed.
10, 9.
Oh, 11.
Yeah.
11 or
Hello?
15.
Hello?
चार का difference होगा 3 7 11
Is anyone else presenting right now? Okay. The second thing that can help you network is your alumni network. That's a great people, that set of people. You can go and look at, is there any alumni from your institute that has gone into the same area that you want to get into? And then get in touch with him or her and say, hey, I want to get into this area. Can you help? And they have a lot of soft corner for the institute fellows. And third is also what is called professional associations. And it could be business, it could be management, it could be healthcare industry. So look for specific professional associations, physically or online. Gain experience, and one of you mentioned that internship is a great area to do. And if any of you want to do any internship that can help you, happy to help because as a company, Enrichmentors, we are an internship-driven company for the interns, by the interns, to the interns. And also you can hope you can go and buy shopping the consulting projects. So when you link to the companies that you want to get into interview call or make a career, connect with them on LinkedIn and say, hey, sir, I'm an engineering student doing so and so work. I want to do this work. If there is any consulting work that you think I can help, like doing research or data analysis, I'll be happy to work with you. Don't worry about the money and hours, sir. I'll figure that out. So offer yourself to do work and gain experience. So that's what I will call as go shopping for consulting projects on LinkedIn. And finally, prepare for case interviews because there are 3 rounds in consulting interviews, right? And I did for one of the students recently. The first one is guesstimates. So I have a course that teaches you that. There are more courses, but this is one of the highest rated courses you see can here. We have 18,000 students, 4.7 rating. So you can learn guesstimates and practice and skill yourself. Also, there are business consulting case interviews that you can use for management, and they're not domain specific, but they are more useful for companies like Bain, McKinsey. I don't have anything on data analytics. It's more towards this, but I have separate course on data science and data analytics that you can connect with me to make use of. So prepare for case interviews. And I think that's it. I mean, I can skip the leadership part here. I don't need to do that. This was just a filler. So any remaining questions? Let's take the questions.
Good evening, sir. Archit,
Yeah.
this side.
Yeah.
Sir, one topic that was that remained untouched during the first round of the questionnaire was about the financial management.
Financial management.
Yes, sir. I'm an engineering undergrad first year, and I.
Hello? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear.
1 second. Let me see if I'm.
Am I audible?
Am I connected to you guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
I'm
Yes,
trying
sir.
to find where I can see all of you. Okay, Teams. Yeah, I can see you now. Right. So there is one question that some of you had asked me about product management careers, right? So let me talk about that before you take another question. We have only about 10 minutes left now. So product management again is a good career option for engineering graduates. But let's understand, product management is a multi-headed hydra. Now, the product management, who would come to you for product management? Now, product management is a very wide thing again. Now, what most of the companies that come to you is actually talking about product development, not product management. Product management basically means that you are given a product and then you run it as a business. You are responsible for growth of and profitability of that business, market share, profitability, and growth. Now, would you get that kind of role? You'll be lucky to get that kind of role. What instead they will tell you is, hey, I have a product. I want you to go to the customers, understand the requirement, and develop that product. That's a fair request from the recruiting companies to you because that's a product development role. So that those roles you can get that. But again, for that, you need to know the product development process. Uh, I think I had a student from one of these places earlier who did internship with me, and we figured out that this is a great way to become a product manager, specifically in IT companies, because IT companies typically focus more on product development than on brand development, marketing. So for IT companies, learn the product development process, which is different from product management process. And again, if anyone wants to learn about that, I have another course after discussion with that student from IIT Guwahati on how to design and develop a new product, which focuses entirely. And there's a great example that is given in there. So you can look at that also. So so product management is a good career. Skills and consultancy we talked about, and marketing MBA we also talked about. So any other questions that we have?
So, good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening. Hi.
So, which consultancy incline more towards operation research? And so, a few words on operation research.
Okay. Now, operations research is still in existence? Do you do a course in operations research?
Yes, sir. I'm doing this course.
What are the contents? What are the typical topics in that, like linear programming, dynamic programming?
Yeah, exactly, sir.
Okay,
inventory
okay.
management, supply chain,
Huh. So
linear
that will
programming,
that
game
will
theory
see
also.
game theory also. So it has applications one in operations consulting, right? Because there is a role called supply chain analytics, supply chain management, and that role is becoming larger. And the dynamic programming, transportation modeling, transportation algorithm are all very useful for supply chain management. So one is
Yeah,
that area.
exactly.
The second, if you also do good amount of work in game theory and systems thinking, then you can go into larger systems, complex systems like economy, like the SARC or what is that? The quadrant, companies, that four countries. So all these subsystems you can look at for doing that. Have I answered your question? Do you have any follow-up question?
Yeah, exactly, sir. I got your point.
Okay, good. Another few
Sir, good
questions
evening,
we
sir.
can. Yeah, good
Sir,
evening.
how
Hi.
should a
Good evening.
non-engineer, especially from a commerce background, break into financial consulting as a career?
Okay, non-engineer from a commerce background into financial consultancy, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so first thing, obviously, uh, and you are a non-engineer, but you're doing engineering, or just you are doing your BCom now?
Sir, doing BCom now from Delhi University.
Okay, so then what you need to again figure out is which are the financial consulting companies, right? And we talked about some of them. Go and
Yes.
look at the kind of roles that they offer. Talk to some of the people who have been in this area. Based on the roles, you figure out what are the skills and knowledges that is required. And then you are ready with saying, okay, what am I already being taught? What I will get taught in my BCom, and what is it that I need to learn more? Now, I don't have any idea of the BCom curricula these days, but things like, financial modeling would be a great thing.
Yes, sir.
So
So two
financial,
very
sorry?
sorry to interrupt, sir, but two the suggestions I got from people working in such firms are either go for an MBA from a tier one institute or pursue CFA. That can be a breaking point into consulting.
Sure enough, those are good options. I would say CFA, MBA finance has a broader application than CFA. So if you are looking after BCom what to do, specifically an MBA in finance, it will be a good option. And there again, once you get there, then you obviously need to look into companies like Goldman Sachs, who are the masters in financial advisory. So you look for leaders in financial advisory, and then see what are the things that they're looking for. And to see the key things, all these consulting, remember, across one common thread across this is analytical and problem solving skills. Can you analyze a big system by breaking into parts and figuring out where the problem is? Second, once you figure out where the problem is, can you find the root cause of the problem? The typical complaint the consulting firms in my time had is, hey, Arun, your students, they jump to answers. They don't even think about the cause of the problem. When I ask them what to do, they tell me 5 solutions right away, which is absolutely incorrect. In fact, I was just discussing with an intern today, and he did a wonderful work of solving a problem of us diagnosing what are the factors that cause the problem, determining the root cause, and then suggesting solution. That is the approach. So have I answered your question?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Good. So we have three
Sir,
more
what
minutes.
is
We
So
can
about
just
take.
a
SAP
follow-up
consultant?
question based on that.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead.
That
Ask
if
anyone.
you want to pursue career in product man, as you have mentioned, what are the key skill or initial skills one should focus on if you are a newer beginner to this, as per
Okay.
your experience?
Now, if you want to get into product management, you need to have design skills. You need to learn about design excellence or design thinking. So two key methodologies you must get familiar. And if you want to learn more, come back to me on LinkedIn. I should be happy to point you out to some of my courses that precisely help you do that.
Sure.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Yeah, good
Hello,
evening.
sir.
Hi.
Good evening. To
I
this side,
want to
sir.
ask
Sir, I have a one
this how
question. Actually, just give me a second. I will take 1 minute. So in 2023, I passed out from Delhi University. I did economics honors, and I got a placement like not from college, off campus, and I have been working as a data analyst since last 1 year. And now I'm at a point like I want to scale up. And so far I have worked on different visualization tool like BI and Tableau, and also advanced Excel stuffs and all data analytical stuff. So now I have a problem. Where should I go in core analytics? Like I have the option to go for data science, or should I go with the consultant, go for MBA and then go for your career? So what should be a correct path for me to scale up and also get a higher like compositions?
Right. See, again, it depends on what you want in life. Do you want money? Do you want power? Do you want position? Or you want to do very niche work and you're happy with that? Now, if you want to do niche work, be happy, you are a kind of a scientist kind of a person, do more work in data science. The data science is a growing area. You are a data analyst, get into data analytics, right? Data, then get into data science, get into machine learning algorithms, get into artificial intelligence, learn about programming parallelly. Don't limit yourself to data analytics. Become an expert in future direction of artificial intelligence, technical career. That's one. Second, you can say, yeah, that is fine, but I'm not cut out to be a technical, I don't like programming. Then you get into management side. You get into business analytics. Instead of data, you get into business analysis, business strategy formulation. So two possible careers. You need to choose what you like, and the three factors you should consider. What you love doing. What will keep you awake at night at 2 o'clock and you won't even know that you're doing that. Second, where is your natural capabilities? कहाँ पे आसानी से काम होता है? प्रोग्रामिंग इजीली आती है या डिफिकल्ट है? और थर्ड, जो तुम्हें लाइफ में चाहिए वो कहाँ तुम्हें मिलेगा? Are you getting the question answers?
Yes, sir, I'm getting. Oh,
Good.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Sir,
So this
sir,
is
what is
Excuse me,
Excuse
sir.
me, sir. Would you
I
this
have a doubt. Currently,
my
I'm a first year student
my question to
pursuing BCom.
organizers. Hello, please hold on. Shall we continue
Yes,
for
sir.
how much more minutes? It's 5 o'clock already. Or should we
So we can
ask
continue.
people to connect offline and talk?
We can continue for 10 to 15 minutes.
All right, so let's continue. Good. So you should thank the organizers. Okay. So go ahead with your questions.
Excuse me, sir. I have a doubt. Currently,
Yeah.
I'm
Sir,
a
would you
first year
suggest
student pursuing
ebooks?
BCom Accounts Honors. I have interest in both the fields, actually, in marketing and marketing and finance both. So, which field of consulting will be suitable for me?
Marketing or finance? No,
Yes, sir.
which you like more, marketing or finance? Have you looked at both the stuff? Have you done any work in marketing and finance separately?
Actually, I did a course on digital marketing, and also I'm currently doing an internship, and I'm pursuing BCom Accounts Honors. Actually, I have interest in finance as well.
No. So what I suggest is you're good that you're doing internship in marketing. Do also an intern in finance. Then figure out three questions. Which one do you like more? Which one are you able to do more easily? And where does your life goals match better? Are you
Okay,
getting the
sir.
three questions? Yeah. So
Yes,
real
sir.
life is the answer. Theory, AC room exercises are good, but nothing like actually doing and figuring it out.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Hello, good
Yeah.
evening, sir.
Yeah.
Sir,
Hi,
I
good
am
evening.
recently graduated from engineering in electronics and communication, and I am clear that I wanted to make a career in consulting. So,
Uh-huh.
is it good to go for an MBA then after consulting, or can I start for any small consulting firm by preparing the courses, or should I go for an MBA firstly? I am a bit confused. I don't know what to do. What
No,
will be
that's
the role?
fine. So there is, as an engineering graduate, also you have good chances to get into consulting. The stream is different. It won't be business or management consultants. Could be data analytics. It could be, product management. You could get into product management of the type IT product management we were talking about. So those are the areas. Now, those will give you careers in data analysis, technology, and IT side. So that is one thing that you need to choose. So again,
So,
depends
sir,
on whether you like IT or you like business more. If you like
so
business, then you should do MBA.
so I don't incline towards the technology part. That's why I wanted to go into consulting part.
So
It's the
then you
basic.
best is to go for and do MBA. Because if you are in data side, if you are in technology side, you need to be in love with technology, coding, system
Okay.
architecture, system design.
So
Whereas
best
in
go for an MBA first.
best is to go for an MBA.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sir,
Any
what
more?
is the
What
Sir,
exactly the
Mhm.
enrichmentors is?
What exactly is the Enrichmentors? Enrichmentors is a 17-year-old startup, 17 years old. It wants to remain as a startup because that's the way its vision is to. It started. I worked for almost like now 41, 42 years. In 2007, after 24 years, I had started my own business, and the question was, what business should I do? So we formed this company called Enrichmentor based on my capabilities, which were consulting, coaching, and financial advisory. Now, so that's originally it started with. So initially we did business in consulting where I was based in Bombay, and we did some good business, including Cello and Bayer and a lot of other companies. Later on, because of my own of life's stream, I moved to Udaipur, where I worked with IIM Udaipur for some time. And there the businesses were very little. So I moved into coaching business there. So it has evolved over a period of time. In the last 3 years, at IIM Udaipur, I realized online education is the future. It is so much more flexible. So I got into online learning modules development at Udemy, and I have now 45. So I basically now committed to teaching, coaching students, people like you, to do better in life, better than even me.
Sir, is
That's
there
so
any
nice and
scope
great.
for SAP consultant in future?
Sorry?
I'm a third
Is
year
there any
psychology
scope
student.
for SAP consultant in future?
What consultant?
SAP.
Yeah, of course there is. Deloitte hires them in the lock, stock, and barrel many times. A lot of their see, SAP is what? An enterprise resource planning software, right? So ERP
Okay, sir.
will remain. ERP will continue to exist and keep grow. It will evolve from point of time. And if SAP continues to evolve with that, there will be role for SAP consulting.
Okay, what are the skills to be learned, sir? I'm from commerce background.
Okay.
Is there
For
any
SAPs,
technique?
yeah. See, let's understand SAP. What is SAP? So SAP is an enterprise resource planning software, right? Enterprise meaning it's multiple set of companies globally or nationally with multiple functions. And currently the problem is that the data, the decisions, the analysis localized and they're not optimizing. So what SAP does is it brings all the function, data, knowledge in one place, builds a data warehouse. It collects the data from each function, which is isolated today, gets into place, puts where data warehouse dashboards where everyone can see the data to make the most optimal solution. So what you need to do is first you need to have and this typical SAP consulting work requires you to work with clients to understand their current processes, analyze. It's a business analysis process. So you work with clients to understand their current processes, see where the processes are deficient or underperforming, and how can they be improved with the use of technology like SAP. So you need to be good in process analysis, process excellence, technology integration into processes. Any other question?
As an engineer first
Sir,
year,
am I audible?
I have done Python.
I can't hear you, man.
Am I audible now?
Not enough.
Sir, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
I'm a final year psychology student, and for next year, I'm planning to do observational psychology, which is more inclined toward industrial psychology. But at the same time, also thinking about doing an MBA because I directly want to enter into the corporate world. but according from the advices, I really receive only for HR advices. So is there any other field I can really go for?
Oh, why not marketing? Psychologists, people with background in psych, you need to read the customer's mind and devise your strategy so that they will buy your product. Huge place for input of psych. HR is a very small part. In fact, you will make a much better career going into marketing.
Thank you so much, sir. Yeah, I was pretty confused in that because in India, there is not much scope for that. So yeah,
So,
in
can you believe that I had no idea, but I also did with my BTech a course in psychology in second year. Has been of immense help to me in my marketing journey.
thank you so much, sir. Look
Yeah.
forward. Yeah.
Sir, what is
Sir,
financial
may I
engineering?
audible?
What is financial engineering? यार ये तो अब तुम ही बताओ कहाँ से लेके आए हो यो
Sir,
financial
Sir, I have
engineering.
seen in YouTube videos.
Financial engineering would mean basically how do you use engineering basically means making things happen, right? So how do you make the financial things happen? Like how do you raise the funds? How do you figure out what is the right? So it will include some financial modeling as well. Financial engineering would be figuring out the outcomes required in finance, making the right decisions, using the right parameters, and developing models. But it could be more. I mean, you need to probably go back and chat with ChatGPT also.
Sir, where we can get your courses on problem solving and analytical thinking?
Where you can get my
Courses on problem solving and analytical thinking, which you
okay.
mentioned
The
earlier.
best thing is to go on Udemy, look for Arun Singhal's courses, and you will see 47 of them with my photograph, very similar to what you see here. And it will show you all the courses. And you look at when you have time, look at there are two courses on problem solving. One is on critical thinking, which talks about analysis, problem solving, and decision making combinedly for complex systems. So it's called Mastering Complexity. And that is for more for analysis. How do you break a big problem into smaller pieces, etc.? Where do you define what to do? Because in a situation, it could be a problem-solving situation, it could be a decision-making, or it could be what is called a potential problem. So figuring that out is what is called analysis. The second thing is once you figure out what is the problem, then you figure out what is the root cause. And for there is a separate core excellence in problem-solving methodologies. So you can look at these courses and look at anything else that you want to and see if any of them help. And whenever you want to buy any of them and you want the best price, I'll be happy to give you a coupon at $3.99.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir. Sir, actually, to keep things on schedule, we'll need to conclude here.
Okay.
We have covered a lot of things, and I hope the session was informative and engaging.
Yeah.
If you all have any further more doubts, we can schedule a similar session, or you can email Sir or connect with him on LinkedIn. And uh, thank you so much, sir. Actually, for this session, we had around 350 participants. It was a wonderful session. We'll share more about your courses with the participants also. And thank you again, sir.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think I would rate this session as very engaging. There were people lining up for questions. Yeah. I haven't seen this. This is the most
True, true.
engaging session if you want to rate it as from my side.
Great. So, if you like the session, we can host something similar in the next upcoming week.
Absolutely. On the topics, you decide the topics, you get the crowd, and I'm happy to answer whatever I know.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Good talking to you guys. And anyone who has any questions, connect with me on LinkedIn. I'm happy to help you make a great career in your life based on your capabilities. Yeah.
Yes, sir. We'll
Thank
convey
you.
the message
Good,
with the
good
participants.
talking to you. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir. Bye, everyone.